We will continue with the analysis of the quaternary. The element yod is connected with what tradition calls air, the first he with earth, va with water, and the second he with fire. The ancient called these four terms the elements of the quaternary. We will see their explanation on different planes. On the metaphysical plane, air means time, water means space, earth, inertia of matter, and fire, the kinetic state of matter. On the astral plane, air tells us about the necessity for every initiate to dare. Earth reminds us about the art of silence, water, the necessity of knowledge, and fire gives hints on the ability to desire, to try. Figure 10 shows the whole scheme to us graphically, as it is accepted by modern Hermetists. The vertical arms of the crosses mean the desire for activity, while the horizontal ones, the passive receiving of influences. In other words, who dares thereby suppresses feelings of danger in himself, represented by the black arm, and stimulates activity, white vertical arm of the cross. Who knows is satisfied with his wisdom and does not learn more, two black arms. Who is silent is not active, and does not reveal his activities, but accepts everything that comes his way, vertical black and white horizontal arms. Who wants is both active and passive at once. One should know what he desires, both arms white. On the physical plane, we explain the four elements as four different states of matter. Earth equals the solid state, water the fluid state, air the gaseous state, fire the radiant state. Now, the old formula of the occult classics will be clear to us. Man has a body composed of all the four elements. He is a synthetic being. He knows the four arms of the cross. Elementals will obey the authority of a well-balanced man, that is, a sage. They know neither good nor evil, for they are not standing in the center of the cross, but only on its arms. Sylphs are in the air, ondines in the water, gnomes in the earth, and salamanders in fire, or rather in the radiant state of matter. Their bodies are composed of the elements in which they live. They melt into these, and that is why we cannot see them with our physical eyes, or hear them with our ears, unless they manifest themselves in a mediumistic way. Then we can understand and communicate with them, by means of our usual physical sense organs. These elements direct the physical and chemical processes in matter, so practically we are in steady contact with them, usually without being aware of the fact. In alchemy, according to the quaternary, Yod He Vod He, the term air corresponds to the universal solvent Azoth, with its sign of a triple caduceus surmounted by an eagle's wings. The term for water corresponds to that of mercury, which can be obtained from liquid mercury. In Hermetism, Azoth is often called the mercury of sages or philosophers, but, of course, we should bear in mind that this mercury cannot be obtained from the metal known as mercury. To the earth corresponds salt, the sign being a circle with a dash, while the term fire corresponds to sulfur, with the sign a cross with a triangle at the apex. In general Hermetism, that is, in the astral analogy of alchemy on the physical plane, steadiness in realization is attributed to salt. To sulfur belongs the depth of prayer, or any other form of concentration. To air, Azoth, corresponds subtlety of feelings and understanding of surrounding conditions. And to mercury belongs the development of full consciousness on the astral plane. Astral Hermetism and physical alchemy are the components of the problem known as the Great Operation, which is symbolized by the 19th major arcanum of the tarot. This problem can be explained as the process of transmutation, change, of a dense state of matter into that of a finer one, without any alteration in its basic properties on the plane to which it actually belongs. So, in alchemy, the great operation occupies itself with the transmutation of common metals into precious ones, such as scraps of lead being changed into gold. As can be seen, the original state of the substance was not changed into a different one. It remained a metal, as it was before the operation, only some of its qualities were changed. In astral hermetism, details differ, but the principles remain the same. Here, the problem is how to change an immoral man of low standing into a being which, without losing its general qualities as a man, will become an evolutionary one, conscious of his dignity and the purpose of his incarnation. Of course, every transmutation is based on the principle of the realization of unitary theories in our surroundings, which are the object of the action. If scraps of lead can be changed into gold, it may happen only because all physical elements are actually variations of the same unique and indivisible matter of the physical world. If we can transmute a stupid man into a wise one, it will happen only because of the basic constitution of both is identical. But the disposition of the components in the astral world underwent innumerable changes in the course of many incarnations. Hermetism says that in the perfect man, all things are in order, which in an imperfect person are still in a state of confusion. There still remains the question of dividing the horizon's directions according to the law Yod-He-Vod-He. The east belongs to the Yod, the south to the second He, west to Va, and north to first He. This pattern is based on the movement of the sun, which is called reversed. The holy animals of the Bible, according to tradition, can be assigned with the eagle to the east and to air, the bull to the north and to the earth, man to the west and to water, and the lion to the south and to fire. By this means we will obtain a mirror-like reflection of the scheme given in chapter 1 and 10 of the book of the prophet Ezekiel. This so-called quaternary of Ezekiel is very important because it finds its application in the operations of evocations, right-hand movement in the circle, and in conjurations, the reverse movement. A second example given by the Apostle St. John in the 4th chapter of the book of Revelations shows us another reflection, which differs from the previous one by the shifting of two elements. In it the bull and earth belong to the west, and man to water and the north. The second scheme allows us to establish some separate mysterious attributes, such as humid, dry, and warm, cold. In this way, air is considered as humid and warm, water as humid and cold, earth as cold and dry, and fire as hot and dry. All these conceptions are used in alchemy and astrology. See figures 11 and 12.